Please rise if you wish for the invocation and the pledge. Dear God, this evening we are grateful for the return of weather we recognize as Floridians. As someone recently said, January was a long year. As we consider the matters before us this evening, grant us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we may make the best decisions for those who have entrusted us to represent them. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This is the regular City Council meeting for the month of February. City Clerk, would you do the roll call, please?
Councilmember Sell.
Here.
Councilmember Papalardo. Councilmember Stevenson.
Here.
Mayor Chazet.
Here.
Vice Mayor Butlin.
Here. Being the regular council meeting for the month, there is time for public participation for any items not on the agenda. Okay. When I call your name, come up to the podium. You have 3 minutes, and as you'll see on the outline on the screen, these are the ways that we may respond, and they're sort of self-explanatory. David Hill. Hit the button. Thank you.
Okay. David Hill from Miller Road in Orange City. And I just wanted to thank you all again for helping us with our flooding. I really appreciate it, and it's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Dana McCool.
Honorable Mayor, Councilman, Eagles fans. I will keep my comments limited to the City of DeBary, and I would like to congratulate the City of DeBary for having exemplary Eagles fans on your council here. I did lose a bet with Councilman Sell. He is now 3 for 4 in our long betting history, as he well represents the City of DeBary and everything that he does. I try my best representing Deltona in positive light. I have lost again. So I am here to say thank you, Councilman Sell, for being an exemplary council member, for spreading good cheer and tidings with your City of DeBary, and for representing them as always being winners. I would like to say thank you for the opportunity, sir, to wear this custom dress. It is quite an honor, and I honor the Eagles as they move forward in their quest for the Super Bowl, and I am sure that DeBary residents will have many wonderful ways to celebrate, stay within the law, and have a good time. So I would like to thank you for this painful minute and a half that I've had, and for letting me have the latitude to honor and stay as a woman of my word and as a resident of Deltona as I bring you the thankfulness to the City of DeBary. So thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Mr. Sell, I hope this concludes our business, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bonnie Beal.
Thank you for allowing me this time to speak tonight. My name is Bonnie Beal, and I'm here representing Not Their Fault Feline Foundation and DeBary's ongoing efforts with the DeBary TNR Trap Neuter Return Program. The city is leading the way with the Trap Neuter Return programs. A lot of our fellow neighboring cities are really dropping the ball. This year alone, our team has successfully spayed and neutered over 150 community cats. That means fewer kittens born on the streets, healthier colonies, and a long-term reduction in the stray cat population. But our work doesn't stop there. Since summer of 2023, we have also been able to find loving homes for over 50 friendly strays and abandoned cats who deserved a second chance. And this year we were able to even help our city director, Carmen Rosamonda, with a mama cat and kittens in his yard, which we were able to go and trap, which Robin trapped, and we found homes for all the kittens. Thanks to the microchip scanners provided by the city of DeBary, we have also been able to reunite several lost cats with their families, some of whom have been missing for years. These reunions have been truly heartwarming and show the power of microchipping and community involvement in animal welfare. Additionally, we have worked to raise funds that help residents with vetting expenses for cats in need of medical care. Whether it's treating an illness or providing necessary vaccinations, these funds have made a real difference, ensuring that more cats receive the care they need. As our organization continues to grow, we've made some exciting strides. We have secured insurance, giving us the ability to expand our operations responsibly. We have also been awarded the use of the adoption habitat at Petco in Orange City, which has already helped increase our visibility and adoptions. On top of that, we've recruited new fosters and TNR volunteers, allowing us to help even more cats in need. This could not have been done without the traps and equipment provided us through the city of DeBary. And I would like to introduce our DeBary TNR team, Robin, Taylor, Michelle, and Rory. They work very hard for all the abandoned street cats in our city. Our goal is not only to continue these efforts, but to expand them. TNR is the most humane and effective solution to managing community cat problems and populations, and we appreciate the city's support in making this possible. With continued collaboration, we can build a healthier, safer environment for both cats and our community. Thank you for your time and for recognizing the importance of this work. I welcome any questions you may have.
Okay. We don't usually do questions here, but I think the city manager wanted to have one comment
Mayor, I
for
just
you.
want to make a few comments. Thank you. These are all volunteers, and supporting them is just our privilege. And what they're doing for our community is remarkable. I hear, talk to other city managers and everything else regarding the situations in other cities, and we thank you for everything you do. I know you're out there in the middle of the night sometimes trapping cats, and I saw it firsthand. Thank you, Robin. And so we appreciate everything that y'all do, and we look forward to our partnership moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Rick Joslin.
I'm going to let my wife Kathleen speak in my behalf, if that's okay.
Okay, so she will be using your 3 minutes, and then I see she is the next speaker.
Yes, thank you.
Okay?
Hi, I'm Kathleen Joslin. Thanks for listening to what I have to say tonight. And then I would like to get information more about your TNR. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. We live in Summer Haven, and I'm here for 665, our neighbor Vic Schrader, and 670 Bernasek Drive. We thought that our funding approval was scheduled for today. We saw it in the January calendar 3 weeks ago when Richard, the city engineer, had told us it would be on there. And so I looked it up, and I saw that there were like 7 to 8 pages of it. And then I looked again. I couldn't find it. And so I emailed him, found out that he missed the deadline for doing it. So that was another delay. So this dates back till 2004. But actually, it was when Faye, 3 days, everything was terrible. We've been here since 1998. We've seen all the stuff with DeBary Golf and Country, Glen Abbey, all the other stuff. We've seen it all. Then fast forward to Hurricane Ian. We have video of our Faye experience in our yard and our neighbor's yard with flooding, which I was hoping we could give tonight, but it's on a thumb drive. But I will forward it to y'all tomorrow. And so Hurricane Ian came, it struck our yard with so much flooding, it created like a crevice on the side yard between us and the neighbor. And you never know that something like that could happen. It washed out. Richard had come out, and make a long story short, because I'm running out of time, we ended up filling the hole ourselves and placing the grass because it was told to us that it was our fault that this happened. This hurricane happened, this flooding happened. Our grass was too high. Knowing that we were the worst street in the neighborhood for flooding issues, but it was led to believe that. So anyways, we ended up paying that ourselves, over $2,000 each homeowner in supplies, not including the labor, because we have friends that were happy to help. So finally, we closed it because we couldn't wait for Richard to help with that. Richard has been our liaison, the only person that we were in communication. He said he had this project he was designing, so he did a design, put it together. We thought it was, originally he told us it was going to be from the street where there'd be a drain coming, a culvert, going to the back, and there'd be another drain, and it would go all the way to the back. We have a retention pond also behind our fence. So we're like an island on two sides. And so they put in this project. He finally got someone to bid on the project. It took 2 or 3 bids, I believe, is what he told me. I couldn't find it today. And they started the project not until, I think, June of last year. It was delayed because of the water table for another month, so everything sat there for a month, and then another month it sat there. And then finally, they did get it going, and they put this like 11-foot drain on the side of our house, and with a pipe that goes to the back, and filled it in with dirt. Mind you, again, it's 11 feet high. Did not compact it all the way as it's going, every foot like you normally would do, even given it a chance. No compaction. We know we've added in addition, you have to compact things. And then on top of that, we put then the grass was put on, and then like right after that, here comes the hurricane, washes everything away. So that was Hurricane Ian project with this concrete drain just sitting there on the side of our yard. How was the water from the street supposed to get to the drain on the side of our house without flooding it? It already flooded the first time when Richard saw this, and this is the project that was designed and took almost 2 years to get it done, and then Hurricane Milton comes. And I know that I spoke with the vice mayor on the phone, and she said that she had driven by the day of Hurricane Milton and actually seen it. You can't describe it unless you see it, and it's completely washed out. I don't know that the city manager has been by this time. He was out the original time, and of that day or so, and then there was a new person who had started, even Kevin. So they ended up telling us at one point during the Hurricane Ian one that they would help us, they would do everything, and then within a week or two, they were doing absolutely nothing. It was our fault this has all happened. And then they decided to do something, and then they put that concrete thing there. So then now here we are back. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but then we get back to Milton. Our whole yard is washed out on the side where our drain field is as well. We were able to repair an emergency repair on our drain field the last time because it wasn't too bad of a washout. This time it was all done.
Okay, thank you. I do think that the city manager is familiar with this, and I will use my my judgment in asking him to give a brief response. We don't hold, as this indicates, we don't have it on, as an agenda item, so I'll have him give you a brief response. City manager?
Well, Mayor, in between the two houses is the city has an easement. It's platted as an easement when the subdivision was created. And so, yes, we constructed and studied how to reconstruct this easement Yes, what we put in last year has washed out by Milton. We've been studying this particular project, exactly what to do and how to do it, and make sure it doesn't happen again. We're taking some additional time. We're working with the engineer. We hope to have this, at least at the next meeting, the engineer's final payment. I started the process. You'll get the approval for the engineer's money. We're looking about the engineer about 30 to 45 days to finish up on this particular plan because it is major construction. It's a complex
Is
project.
this the city engineer or an external engineer?
External engineer.
External engineer, okay.
Because we need to reconstruct the entire swale, we got to do.
And this is in the city easement that we're
Yes, this is in
doing.
city easement.
Okay.
We're doing the survey to make sure we have the property lines that you have to do. We will need some temporary construction easements to make sure that we can, construct it. So it's very complex. And plus, with the FEMA project, you got to go out for 3 bids on this particular
Right.
project. And so, it's a little bit more complex than we anticipated. But when you get a consultant who gives you recommendations, you just don't go engineer a project. If you got to make changes, you have a consultant to recommend what you need. So that's what we've been working with to get this, at least the scope of work. But the scope of work of this project is increasing. So what was about a $40,000 project last year, this one's probably going to be $150,000 to $200,000.
Okay. Well, we certainly
and
want
so-
that kind of project properly engineered. And under FEMA, it will have to be bid out, which is a process. If you're a homeowner, you can call up 3 places, get 3 bids, and just make your decision and move forward. As a city, we must comply with FEMA regulations. There is a certain way that you have the project bid, and you have to follow it meticulously because that's how the FEMA process works.
And we're sorry. I mean, we wish we could move a lot faster, but again, it's a complex issue, but it is our easement, and we thought we had it fixed, but Milton was unprecedented. The volume of water was unprecedented, and it took out what we had fixed that we thought that would work. But unfortunately, we're back at it, and we're going to expand it and see what we can do to get the water to be in our easement and to get to the lake that's behind them.
Okay. And there was a mention of a drain field. The drain field is totally on their property? Their property, but it's not within the city easement.
No, the drain field's encroached into the easement, and so it doesn't complicate matters, but unfortunately, that's the situation, and so we're working around that as well. So this is the complexity of this particular issue. But
Okay.
this easement's been there since this
Creation of Summer Haven?
yes.
Okay.
So.
Thank you, ma'am. Richard T. Joslin? Okay, I have a card. That doesn't mean you have to come up, but thank you. You had your opportunity. Okay, next on our agenda is the approval of minutes. We have the City Council meeting minutes for January 8, 2025, the special City Council meeting of January 15, 2025, the special City Council meeting of January 22nd, 2025.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of January 8th, January 15th, and January 22nd.
Second.
Vice Mayor Butlin?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson?
Yes.
Councilmember Sell?
Yes.
And I am a yes. Are there any additions, deletions, or amendments to the agenda? Hearing none, we will move on to the consent agenda. Does any member wish to pull anything for discussion? Okay, if not, then I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agendas, item number 4 and 5.
Second.
Vice Mayor Butlin?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson?
Yes.
Councilmember Sell?
Yes.
And I am a yes. We have a public hearing, agenda item number 6. The staff is requesting the City Council approve resolution number 2025-01, a resolution to vacate an unpaved platted right-of-way between lots 5 and 6 of Plantation Estates, Unit 35. City Attorney, would you read resolution number 2025-01?
Yes, Mayor. Resolution number 2025-01, a resolution of the City Council of the City of DeBary, Florida, vacating a reserved street between lots 5 and 6, Plantation Estates, Unit number 35, subdivision according to the plat thereof as recorded in Plat Book 10, page 20 of the Public Records of Volusia County, providing for an effective date and recording.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stephen Bapp, Growth Management Director. I will be giving the presentation. A little background of history of this lot. In 1963, which was 62 years ago, the Plantation Estates Unit 35 was recorded in Volusia County. There was a small right-of-way that was established between two lots of that subdivision, intended for the use of a future roadway. In 1986, a subdivision called Woodbound Lakes was established on the north border of that lot, and therefore kind of negating any kind of future use of that said parcel. And the right-of-way thus kind of became a dead end and remained a vacant lot since its inception. An application came forward. Municipalities do have the right to vacate parts of a plat and revert them to the adjacent properties. This property was legally noticed and published by the applicant as required by state law. And back in right before the 4th of July, the Development Review Committee recommended approval of this subject vacation. This location is on north side of Delian Road, and this is kind of west of the Keller Park. It is usually a rectangular shaped lot, normal in this type of subdivision, but really of no use to the city or any utility company. This resolution would vacate the right-of-way between the lots. The proposed resolution would have no negative impact to the city and really no future use that the city would have for that lot. There are no county utilities in the subject location, nor any other utilities, as proven by statements provided by letters of no objection from all the utilities in the area. Looking at the vacation, it is a normal process of a city. The proposed resolution is consistent and compatible with our comprehensive plan and our land development code, and the vacation would have no negative effects on the city nor the surrounding neighbors. Because it meets all the intent of the code and has met all the requirements, staff is recommending the City Council adopt this resolution to vacate the right-of-way between lots 5 and lot 6 of the Plantation Estates Unit 35. If so adopted, the city clerk will record the certified copy of the resolution to the public records of Volusia County. Thank you.
Thank you. City Clerk, do we have any public participation?
No, ma'am, we do not.
Councilmember Sell, questions or comments?
No questions.
Councilmember Stevenson?
No questions.
Vice Mayor Butlin?
No questions.
Those of us with really long memories, before your time, Mr. Bapp, there was a potential use for the city of this right-of-way. More than a meeting, this went on for quite some time.
That's true.
At the time when we needed to handle the stormwater flooding issues potentials related to Woodbound Lake, it was this right-of-way that was the initially engineered solution to that. And as time passed, we looked for a better way to handle the Woodbound Lake's stormwater or flooding threats. And we have constructed that system at another point connecting with Woodbound Lakes. So I only wanted to mention that. It did at one time have a city use, and in fact it was tabbed for that for several years. And the one property owner, I almost said Kenny, the one property owner would come regularly to the council meetings as we considered this project. But understanding that we found a different solution that doesn't require this right-of-way, and all of the evidence that's presented by staff, I have absolutely no issue with going forward with this myself.
Mayor, you forgot one thing.
Yes?
Our move saved hundreds of thousands of
And we
dollars.
say, and I was at that brainstorming table, you and I and engineers and whatever. So yes, we did save money actually by not using this right-of-way. If there's no further discussion, I would entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve Resolution 2025-01 to vacate the unpaved platted right-of-way between lots 5 and 6 of Plantation Estates Unit 35.
Second.
I'm going with Councilmember Sell. Councilmember Stevenson?
Yes.
Councilmember Sell?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Butlin?
Yes.
And I am a yes. Under new business, we have item number 7.
Could I just say thank you? Appreciate your time, and Ms. Parker has really helped through the whole process. So I'm Kirk Bauer, representing Kenny.
Excellent, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Under new business, item number 7, the city manager is requesting the city council approve the engagement letter and agreement with Beckett and Polyakov, PA, for federal grant writing and guidance.
Mayor, I'll go ahead and start. And then,
Okay.
And then, as you know, our vision for Highway 1792 is to move to a complete streets and a long-range vision and put the power lines underground, et cetera, et cetera. It's one of our things that we know it's a very complicated and long-term project, but I believe now's the time to make some moves to help us. As we already started moving towards the complete street concept, we're working with FDOT. There's a resurfacing project that's going to start somewhere, I think, around July, through DeBerry, from Orange City through DeBerry. If you drive to DeLand, you see a resurfacing project. That's what they did this year, from Wisconsin Road in Orange City all the way to downtown DeLand. And that they have improved the streets, the sidewalks, and everything else. With that, when they start next year, they're already going to agreeing to go ahead and narrow our lanes to 11 feet on Highway 1792. That will take the bike lane from 4 feet to 6 feet. That will allow us in the future to, if we do get some grant money, to move these curbs in and create a complete streets and move the bikes off the street onto the sidewalks. And then the sidewalks on 1792 will be anywhere from 10 to 12 feet wide. It provides mobility, multimodal ability. By statute, we'll be able to put golf carts on, adjacent to 1792 because they're more than 8-foot wide sidewalks. So there's just a number of advantages to do that, but also bike safety. You know, we talk about all the time, bikes are next to cars that are doing 40, 45, and 50 miles an hour. And that's just an unsafe, and it's out of date when it was created back in the 1990s. We also received a state Safe Streets grant to help us study in, our whole corridor. We also did some concepts on pedestrian bridges and everything else to help that. And so we've already taken steps on moving towards our complete streets. As you know, the political environment shifts over time, generally every 4 years, and Florida is kind of aligned with the federal government. And so there are some opportunities that we believe that will enhance the state of Florida. And I think there's some opportunities in grant funding that we can take advantage of as things shift and move. And so that's why Sherry and I have been working on this particular project, and she can explain a little bit more about this company and what they can do for us.
Well, I think, so Sherry Simmons, tonight I'm wearing my government affairs hat. So City Manager, you actually gave a great introduction. What the City Manager outlined, everything we want to do would be about $23 million, 23 to 27 million. So there are opportunities at the federal level to get funding, and I apologize. I have something just happened to my eyes, so I apologize. I'm not seeing correctly. So as the City Manager mentioned, the grant world is shifting in Washington, D.C. And Becker and Polyakov, I'm very familiar with them. They are in a great position to take advantage of some of these opportunities. As you know, we've been very successful. We've received about $9 million in grants through our strategic approach to grants and appropriations. They are truly, I think, uniquely positioned to navigate these new federal funding challenges. Since January, even before, I'm getting notices from them, hey, keep an eye on this, keep an eye on that, and that's even before we've signed anything, because they know our interest, what we're looking at. They have, in the Department of Transportation arena, they have, the principal is a former Assistant Secretary at Transportation. And Mayor, you have met with him previously. He had come down here in 2019. some of their successes, you can see they represent Disney, they represent HP, and then on the government side, their clients, the Virginia Port Authority, Miami, Collier, they represent big cities and very successful. And I'm excited that they want to work with us. They also represent City of Alexandria, and they're very, very successful. And again, I apologize. Their staff has led key initiatives within the Department of, U.S. Department of Transportation, as well as other departments as well. We're looking at Homeland Security. There's a lot of grants in there for our firefighting, our new firehouse equipment. I'm sorry. So by entering into the strategic partnership, we anticipate a significant return on our investment with them. And I think keeping in mind as you look at what's going on in DC, you want to have as a diverse network as possible when you're approaching this grant process. So it's just adding to our basket of opportunity and networking. I'm sorry, not my best presentation. And it's helping us be flexible and adaptive in our approach. So I'm confident we will be successful in our initiatives. I'm sorry.
Thank you. City Clerk, do we have any public participation?
No, ma'am, we do not.
Councilmember Sell, questions or comments?
We currently do already have a lobbyist group that we pay, right?
Yes, we do.
And this would be on top of that?
Yes.
Yes.
And this is a month-to-month contract?
Yes.
Canceled any time.
30-day notice.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, this is one time where you spend some money a little bit and get a lot back, hopefully. So I like the month-to-month contract. Do we need both lobbyists?
Again, it's a strategic. We're attacking the process from multiple levels. There's appropriations, and then there's grants. So there's a difference there, especially at the federal level.
And it's highly competitive. And you have to stay on your game, and you have to be involved, and you have to develop those relationships. And that's why we've been so successful at the state level. And I think you'll find that as we move along, this will be a tremendous investment, particularly with the volume or the amount of the dollars that we're talking about here.
That's all I got.
Councilmember Stevenson?
Thank you. Allergies, same thing with me, eyes and throat.
Something's wrong.
But thank you. I'm glad that we are expanding our opportunities to get grants. 1792 would have been a huge project. I don't think we could do it on our own, really.
Right.
So this is great. And again, going month to month, only $2,000 a month, you managed to find money for that in our growth management fund. So I'm looking forward to getting lots of benefits from this relationship, and thank you for your hard work.
Vice Mayor Butland?
Thank you, Mayor. I had the opportunity to meet them this week. They also represent the Florida League of Cities. So we toured with them, and they took us around the Capitol and all that stuff, and I got to meet them at an after-hours event. And they are very knowledgeable and very excited to go forward with us. They're ready to go. They're like, okay, well, we're already working on it. I talked to Amanda, who's in charge of grants at their office. So it was very nice to meet them. Very great group of people. I met Omar at the League Legislative Conference, and then I met him again last night. And they're all very excited and very knowledgeable about what we're looking for and how to help us get where we need to be. So I'm very excited about this.
And I would say, I think that this is a good addition. It's not a high dollar investment for us, but the payoff could be many, many multiples. With even one grant, we're way ahead. And I think it's wonderful that an organization that represents so many larger organizations, entities, municipalities, governmental jurisdictions is interested in helping DeBary. I think this kind of initiative on our part and leveraging our knowledge and contacts, and I appreciate you working on this, Sherry, because you did have contacts in that arena earlier in your career. It really does distinguish DeBary from some of the other cities that haven't figured out how to make those connections yet. And I think that we have benefited in the past from thinking outside of the box on these matters, and I have every confidence that going forward, this relationship will provide the same kind of positive result for us. So I think it's a good thing.
Thank you.
If there's no further discussion, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the engagement letter and agreement with Becker and Polygoff PA for federal grant writing and guidance.
Second.
Vice Mayor Butlin?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson?
Yes.
Councilmember Sell?
Yes.
And I am a yes. We move on to member reports and communications. Councilmember Sell, do you have something to report?
A couple things. Phyllis and I went to the ribbon cutting at All Star Nutrition in the Winn-Dixie Plaza. If you haven't been there, go check it out. They're really nice ladies there. And I would be remiss if I didn't say Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday. Go Birds.
Councilmember Stevenson?
Nothing to report, thank you.
Vice Mayor Butlin?
Yes, Mayor, I have a couple things. William Sell and I also attended the Volusia League of Cities dinner in Daytona Beach Shores. I was installed as their second VP. I'm in charge of the roll call, so it was exciting. The All-Star ribbon cutting, I also read at the Barry Elementary, and I read, it was about national parks. So I read 3 classes, and they were all different books. And then we also attended the DeLand Chamber installing their new board this week. And I just got back from Washington, as I said, on the Florida League of Cities, dealing with their issues and their concerns that they have in their things that are happening with FEMA and, flood insurance and all these major things that we went to all the representatives to talk about. So that was fun, and I would do it again in a heartbeat, but I came back, and I'm here. So.
And it's wonderful to have you back.
Thank you. It was nice weather.
Yeah,
They knew
that's
Florida
great.
was in the house. It was 55 degrees yesterday.
All right.
So it was good.
I was able to be a judge for the 5th grade spelling bee at DeBerry Elementary last week, and we, over an hour and a half, went through all of the rounds and came up with the spelling bee champion. And I have participated in this event now for, I think, 3 years running at least. And it's always fun to see the kids working hard at their spelling, and they did extremely well. When I'd hit the bell because they did not spell it right, they knew they just got up and quietly went to their seat. It was very well done and a wonderful event to be part of. So I was pleased once again to represent the city in that environment and that connection with DeBerry Elementary. City Manager?
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple things. We're heading to Tallahassee on Monday. So we'll be up there meeting with our representatives and more, not only on our appropriations request, but it seems like we're getting drawn into other law. As you know, legislators tend to be creative at this time of the year, and so we're negotiating that as well. On February the 17th is our President's Day, and the date that we're going to dedicate a tank to all the military veterans and those who sacrificed their life for the Army. I wanted to let you know that we're going to close City Hall for a couple hours that morning, except for the building department. The building department will be open. That will enable all our employees to attend and to this ceremony. And we don't see it as a main issue. Many governments are closed that day, and so except us and some of the other cities and the county. And so we want to make sure that we share this particular event. It's going to be a really special event. And as you know, Memorial Park is a unique park, unlike anybody else's in Volusia County. So I got it. That's it, Mayor.
Okay. City Attorney, do you have anything to report?
Not tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
All right. Hearing none, no further, we stand adjourned.